the spin after spin after spin. I'm just like, bro, like, how do y'all do it? How do y'all Dems do this? I don't get it.
Thank you, Steve. Well, all right. It's not on autopilot anymore.
You love doing that.
I do. Makes you feel taller. So grateful to be with you all, and I'm sorry we're in this situation again. It's like Groundhog Day in a way, the bad movie, where we come back to the same failed measures of the Democrats. It was just less than 3 months ago that they shut the government down for the longest period in history, 43 days. It was painful for so many Americans. Finally, a handful of them saw the light and helped us to get the government operating again. Republicans have demonstrated over and over that we are the grown-ups in the room. We are the ones that are governing. We are the ones that are funding the government. We are the ones that are providing the vital services and trying to make government work more efficiently and effectively for everyone. After that long historic shutdown that was so painful, appropriators in both parties got together. I tip my hat to Chairman Tom Cole of the House Republican chair of the Appropriations Committee and all of our committee members. The Cardinals, the subcommittee chairs, as we call them, all worked so well in their areas. And we got 12 separate appropriations bills passed through the House. And we had a triumphant press conference announcing that. We expected it to be on a glide path through the Senate. But, of course, the Democrats could not miss an opportunity to try to shut the government down again.
They said out to my man Jay, he said, Dems ate that up like their daily handfuls of SSRIs. I mean, damn. Well, Jet. But honestly, though, let's see how the Republicans are taking this, though, because obviously we see that the Dems are trying to spin this into, oh, it's ice, when they're not trying to hold their own accountable. And I always say that about the Democrat base. It's like, y'all don't hold your own accountable for y'all terrible leadership. Like, that's really what it is. It's the terrible leadership of Tim Walz and Jacob Fry when it comes to Minneapolis. If they were able to show some type of leadership and provide crowd control, Renee Good and Alex Preddy would still be here. Y'all would still be protesting and upset about ICE, but at least 2 Americans will still be here.
That's what they're doing. Chuck Schumer and the Senate Democrats play games with government funding. Now, listen, the president obviously has reached out to state and local officials in the state of Minnesota. The events there have been tragic and unnecessary. He's made clear his desire to de-escalate the situation and to support an honest investigation of what's occurred there. We now have Tom Homan in charge of operations there, and he's an extraordinary leader. He has 40 years experience. He's highly decorated, has worked in Democrat and Republican administrations, and knows what he's doing. And there's more order being brought to the chaos. Now, I want to hasten to say that the chaos is because, in large measure, the local and state officials in Minnesota have not been participating with federal law enforcement operations.
Yeah, that's it. I mean, they're not participating in federal law enforcement operations. They're not providing crowd control to keep these protesters out. I mean, they're not giving any type of assistance to help catch these illegal immigrants quicker, to get ICE out of there faster. They're not doing anything. But here we are blaming ICE as if, it couldn't have been, like, as if there isn't anything else that the Democrats could do to help. I'm be honest with you. They don't want to help. They don't want to help. And they want it to get this bad, and they want ICE to make mistakes so they can sit there and flip it to you how ICE is just this evil, like, sect of police officers want to go out there and harm you. And they don't. No, what's making this bad in Minnesota is the fact that, yeah, Jacob Fry did not want to bring the local police to either help ICE or to protect the protesters. Tim Walz don't want to bring in the National Guard to help ICE or just to protect the protesters. They could do both or just do one, and then it made a world of difference. And 2 people would still be alive today.
And they've created a dangerous situation there, and that is really a big part of the problem here. The White House and the Senate continued in good faith. They've agreed to separate the Homeland Security funding bill, and that's fine. So we have 2 weeks now to negotiate in good faith on both sides. The White House and Senate Democrats are going to engage in that, but the House Republicans are as well. We have to make sure we maintain.
And guys, please tell me how I'm the bootlicker here when you guys are the one going out and licking the concrete. You're out there licking ICE boots the way they putting y'all asses on the ground. We're just trying to keep y'all safe and tell y'all, look, don't go out there and obstruct, and maybe you should hold your leadership accountable. But we're the bootlickers. I mean, y'all going out there to lick the pavement in ICE officers' boots. Are y'all sure y'all want to get into that conversation? You sure you wouldn't start calling people bootlickers when y'all the pavement lickers right now?
In the important parameters
You don't
here,
want to
we
do that.
can't go down the road of amnesty. You can't, in any way, lighten the enforcement requirement of federal immigration law. That's what the American people demand and deserve. We want dangerous illegal criminals to be sent out of the country, and they've been very successful at that. But these negotiations are going to go forward. If the Democrats do insist on keeping the government shut down, their pointless obstruction is going to have no effect on border security, which we have done, we've secured, or immigration enforcement. As has been noted by the leaders here this morning, we did fund ICE operations for a few years now. So what they'll be shutting...
guys, and I just want to remember, guys, remember, every time they call you guys a bootlicker, I just want to let you guys know, just show them this. You guys remember this? You guys remember when this white lady literally got down and kissed Jasmine Crockett's shoes? But we're the bootlickers, though? Hold on. Do y'all not remember this embarrassing moment right here? I mean, I ain't never got down and licked no politician's shoes, kissed no politician's shoes, but I mean, this one of your own right here. Right here, bro. And she says, yes, I did kiss Jasmine Crockett's sneakers. And I loved it. She said she loved it, guys. But we're the bootlickers. I mean, y'all out here kissing shoes right now. Bro, she kissed the hands. Boy, and then went straight to boot licking. Really sneaker licking. Maybe that's what we should call y'all, some sneaker lickers. Because I mean, them are some expensive sneakers she licking right there. So we're the bootlickers? Huh. I mean, oh no, one photo. Oh, please show me a photo of somebody doing that to Donald Trump. Maybe this whole bootlicker thing might just be the biggest cope and projection we'd have never seen. But guys, remember, every time they call you a bootlicker, just send your favorite liberal friend this right here and be like, you sure? You sure about that, buddy? I mean, please find me a Trump supporter doing that. Oh, you can't, because y'all are the real bootlickers. Boy, one of these politicians, bro, AOC coming in front of your ass, bro, and you licking them heels.
Down, don't lose this. What they'll be shutting down is FEMA operations as we're cleaning up from the winter storms.
I have the nerve to say that.
TSA, which is obviously necessary to keep the country moving through our airports. Coast Guard operations. I mean, so many important functions in the Department of Homeland Security is what will be adversely affected by these partisan games. Let's hope and pray that they don't do that. Let's hope that over the next 2 weeks we can negotiate and get this done. They say they want a real negotiation with President Trump and Republicans over immigration enforcement policy, and we are happy to have that debate. And I've said in a gaggle earlier this morning that what must be a part of that discussion is the participation of blue cities in federal immigration enforcement. You can't go to a sanctuary city and pretend like the law doesn't apply there. It does. And so we're going to be working through all that. Our chairwoman McClain talked about tax filing made easy. Last week marked the beginning of tax season, and millions of American families are working through that right now. And they're recognizing the amount of time and money spent complying with the federal tax code is going to be significantly reduced this year because of great Republican policy. Some of the things we did in the Working Families Tax Cuts, the big, beautiful bill, obviously, we intended to cut taxes and to advance America First pro-growth policies, but we also sought to reduce the tax burden on Americans because we know that reforming the tax system isn't just about reducing rates. It's also about reducing the paperwork and the compliance burden on Americans. And you heard these stats, I'll repeat them, but they're going to save Americans 210 million hours per year in paperwork and $13 billion in compliance costs. That's real money to real people. And we're proud of that. Nobody likes paying taxes. Okay, but Republicans have reduced the amount you owe and made your returns significantly easier to file. And so we're so grateful everyone's going to be able to take advantage of that. Last thing I just want to mention and would take questions. I don't think the American people need any more evidence. The Democrats want to tax the American people to death. Just check Congress.
Hey, shout out to my man, Martin Clever. He ain't had too much to say. Just want to show some support. I appreciate that, my brother. Well, guys, you have any questions, comments, jokes, or disagreements? I'll be happy to read out loud and engage with it. Just $2 and up. And if not, man, just go ahead and double tap that screen and like the video, guys. Appreciate it.
.gov, you can see all the bills they filed. But if they did, they should look no further than the Democrat-run D.C. Council's decision. Listen to this: to decouple the local tax code from specific federal tax provisions. So in layman's terms, what they're trying to do here Any Democrat-run city is going to lead into this kind of nonsense. But they're preventing DC residents from experiencing the full benefits of the working families tax cuts bill. It's almost unimaginable that they would inflict that pain upon their own constituents, but that's what they're doing. DC is not alone.
What you mean? Trump bring down gas prices and they put taxes on gas. I mean, Trump try to bring down prices and they give you more taxes to pay, more sales taxes and all that. I mean, bro, Trump try to create opportunity for everybody, and they're talking about, oh, well, I'm talking about Virginia here, and they're talking about, well, if you're a white contractor, you're no longer getting government contracts. So we're going to give it to the women and the minorities. It's like, who are going to charge us more, by the way? So it's not that they're even getting a better deal. They're just being, well, prejudice, or you could say racist for no reason. It is what it is. So, Democrats, they shoot themselves in the foot when it comes to affordability. I mean, if you're voting for a Democrat on the guidelines of affordability, bro, God bless your heart, because you're screwing yourself. I mean, look what happened in Virginia.
And this obstruction. You've got strongholds, Democrat strongholds like New York and Colorado and Illinois, cities there, preventing their residents from enjoying these benefits. There's no way to spin it. Blue state governors intentionally harming their own residents just because the policies were offered by.
Yeah, literally. And here's the thing, though. Like I said, I'm going to take you to this website real quick. It's a pretty fun website, guys. You should go ahead and find and test it out. It's called My Life Elsewhere. MyLifeElsewhere.com, right? And I like to do this. I like kind of be a dickhead and compare blue states affordability to red states. And when I went to compare was Ohio and Virginia. Why? Because Virginia, they just got this new Democratic mayor. She ran on affordability, but here's how that worked out. This is cost of living right now. Virginia is 23% more expensive than Ohio. In Virginia, they pay 30% more in groceries than I do. 30% more in housing, basically rent and all that good stuff, than I do. If I had a kid, they'd be paying 50% more than me in childcare. If I go out to a restaurant, they're paying 17% more than me. And this is across the board. I mean, bro, what you want to do? Put in New York? That'd be terrible. New York is twice as bad. New Jersey, twice as bad. Please name your favorite blue state and compare it to a red one. They're always more expensive every single time. It's a pattern, and it's sick that people even vote for people on Democrats on affordability, but they literally run the most unaffordable places.
Republican administration. I mean, that's what's happening. And it's just incredible to us. Is there any stronger evidence that Republicans are the party of affordability? Democrats say one thing and they do completely the opposite. And I'm so sad for you if you live in one of those jurisdictions. It's a real problem. If this act were to become local law, DC residents would be prevented from claiming no tax on tips, no tax on overtime, increased standard deduction, and so much more. And it's just wrong. There's an estimated 17,000 tipped workers here in the nation's capital, and the D.C. City Council is attempting to prevent them from enjoying this historic tax benefit. But House Republicans are going to work to fix it this week. We will advance Representative Gill's legislation.
See, bro, and the stupid comments like this is like you mean wrong, but you said one across the board. So it's kind of crazy how you're trying to correct me when you can't spell wrong correctly. But it is what it is, though. I'll still show you grace. He said the pattern is that they make more money. Are you dumb? Are you dumb? You're dumb. No, you're literally dumb. You want to know how they make more money than red states? Because they tax your dumb ass more. If they lowered taxes, let's be real. If they lowered taxes to the same amount as a red state, that means they'd be probably pulling in about the same as a red state. And of course, if you want to take up population as well. So all you're proving is that one, there's more people there, and two, they tax your dumbasses more. That's why y'all pulling so much money, because they're literally stripping your pockets, and you're proud of it. I've never met a group of people literally proud to have the money yanked out of their pockets. But hey, man, welcome to the Dems of America.
To disapprove of that nonsense at the D.C. Council, because every American deserves to enjoy the benefits of the Republicans' historic tax cuts, even if you live in a Democrat stronghold. Have to take a couple questions. Yep. Hang on. Bill, go ahead.
Oh, no, I just like pull it.
Are you confident you have the votes for this and do you expect any?
And shout out to my man Jet. He says, video in general chat, these the Dems who say they not racist. Got you.
I don't, and this may be hard for some of y'all to believe, but I never doubted this. This was not the this is not my preferred route. I wanted to keep all 6 bills together. We worked so hard to pass them through the House, and I thought that should have been a package that sailed through the Senate, got to the president's desk, so we can fund government responsibly.
Oh,
We're spending less money year over year, and we're
Monty, my bad, brother, my bad. I just seen it. He says, funny how when a centrist leans right, they get all of they get all of the racist and homophobic names from the party that virtue signals tolerance. I know, right? Like they start doubting if I'm black. I get all the homophobic names, all this crazy stuff, all because, well, I disagree. I'm like, that's crazy. That's absolutely wild. But it is what it is, though. I mean, y'all really think that's like a sane way to go about life? You know, just vilify or demonize anybody that disagrees with you? I don't think I don't think mentally you're all the way there if you're doing all that. But that's just me.
returning regular order around here, and that's a commitment I made when I became speaker, and we're finally getting it done. But listen, the president agreed with Schumer that they would separate Homeland, and we'll do that, and we'll handle it. We're going to pass the rule today. It was never in doubt to me. The Republicans are going to do the responsible thing. I did talk to Hakeem Jeffries over the weekend, and he informed me that they would not be assisting in this endeavor. And I just think that's crazy. I mean, I just think that everybody needs to look at what's happening here. One party is moving forward, by the way, with the smallest margin in U.S. history. We have a 1-vote margin. We are still sticking together. The Republican Party is sticking together because the stakes are so high. We're governing responsibly, and we're getting the job done. And Democrats, all they do every single day here is obstruct. And you can see the record for itself. They shut the government down for 43 days, the longest in history, just last fall, and they want to do it again.
Yep.
And it's just crazy. And I think the American people are
No,
going to.
here's the worst thing. Not only do they want to do it again, because it's funny, because last time they did it, they didn't get anything they wanted. But not only do they want to do it again, they want to shut down, they want to like defund all of DHS because of ICE. And here's the problem. You're probably thinking, like, said, what you mean? ICE is under DHS. Yeah, but the Republicans kind of ensured that ICE will be funded all the way throughout 2026. So they can't touch that funding. It's already sent out. They already got it. It's too late. You can't defund ICE. They already got their money, okay, for salaries and all that for the year. Now, the problem with them is that, all right, so since we can't take on ICE or we can't defund them, we'll just defund all of DHS. I'm like, wow. And that's childish, because you're literally trying to punish them because you can't punish the group that you want. So you're just going to punish everybody that's aligned with them or that falls under the DHS umbrella. But ICE. Pathetic. But that's what they're doing.
Think about this hard. When they go to the voting box and to the ballot box in the fall, and we decide who keeps the majority in Congress, I think they're going to give it to the grown-ups. I think the Republicans will be able to continue and grow our majority to keep governing. Otherwise, what Democrats will give you is chaos, shutdowns. They'll shut down the federal government. They keep proving it to you over and over. So take them at their word. Jake,
that's true.
So Jeffries told you he wasn't going to help with this. Did Schumer represent something different to you in your conversations with the president? Because it seems that there's a disconnect here. It's hard to square.
It is hard to square. And it's not my place to get involved in their family squabble. But I mean, I think Hakeem has made very clear. I think he was offended that Chuck Schumer presumed to speak for House Democrats. So you'll have to figure that out. The Democrats are in a family squabble over there, and it's not of our doing. Well, hold on, wait a minute. Schumer and Jeffries are from the same state. They're in the same delegation. And they seem to be having a little power struggle between the two of them. So look, I'm not trying to fuel that. You asked me the question. I don't know what's going on, but I can tell you the Republicans are united, and I'm proud of that. And this is the party that is getting the job done. So, yes, ma'am. Second row, yes, ma'am.
You're a constitutional lawyer. Can you detail the Fourth Amendment protections and rights someone has if an ICE agent approaches their home with an administrative warrant?
How much time do you have?
Yeah, right. Let me say this. Okay, so when ICE goes to execute a warrant, it's an administrative warrant, and it's issued by an immigration judge, and that is a sufficient legal authority to go and apprehend someone. They have violated the law. They crossed over our border illegally, and they're here and without any right to be here. Okay.
Yeah. Yep. This is, hey man, shout out my man Jet, bro. I'm glad you found this, because this is real. This is real, and this is how most leftists operate. Like, bro, it's like, trust me, if you're not on their side, you're all of a suddenly a house, and well, I'm just gonna say, all of a sudden you're a house nigger. All of a sudden, you are now a house nigger because what? Oh, you dare to have conservative views or lean just a little bit to the right on things. I mean, like, here's the thing. I mean, do you even know what that was referencing towards? Like, if anybody is the house N words, it's you guys. You guys are promoting everything that keeps us on the plantation of the Democratic Party. All their policies have destroyed our communities, caused more crime, high drug use. Oh yes, heavy amounts of abortion. So, who's the real house N word again? It's kind of crazy. I'm speaking for what? The benefit of my people. And y'all are literally speaking towards the destruction of my people. And we shared a skin color. That's the worst part. We share a skin color and these guys speak like this. I'm talking about the black liberals. Now, the white liberals, y'all really should know better. But I mean, how do y'all have black friends when you can sit there and call a black conservative the N-word? How do y'all do that? How do y'all reconcile yourselves like that? Because you know, if you said that in front of your black liberal friend, he slapped the shit out of you, right? And you would take it like a bitch. So what's all this newfound courage towards the conservative blacks? Because we'll do the same thing to you if you did it to our face, but you won't.
That kind of energy, like we should rip people. That kind of energy, like we should rip people apart from their families.
Are you a man?
Wow.
Wow, is that a question?
Wow.
Okay. How do you feel about ripping people from their families? Does that feel good?
Fucking house nigga in here.
Huh?
Sir, I need to move. Fucking house nigga, where's you put the fucking KKK in here? Sir, I need to move. Fucking house nigga, where's you put the fucking KKK?
What's wrong with you people?
Why are you calling a
What's
woman a man?
Right.
I mean, what kind of a guy?
Why are you calling a woman a man? Wait, where'd y'all try to call like little boys, little girls? Like, isn't that y'all thing? Why are you calling a woman a man? He's like, bro, he didn't even say that. He said, bro, wait, are you a man? That's a reasonable question. Once you see, bro, it's like, hold on.
Energy, like we should rip people apart from their families.
Are you a man?
Wow.
Wow, is that a question?
Wow.
Okay. How do you feel about ripping people from their families? Does that feel good?
Fucking house nigga in here. Sir, I need to move. Fucking house nigga, where's you put the fucking KKK?
Yep. And you see where the lies of the left kind of get out of hand because what do they tell you? Oh, well, the KKK works for ICE. The Proud Boys, like Nazis, are working for ICE when that's not true. They got a black guy right here, but y'all won't sit there and be like, okay, maybe there might be a lie going on. Why would a black guy work with a whole bunch of KKK members? I mean, bro, how stupid are you guys to think that just because we have conservative values, now we're at Klan rallies? It kind of shows how really uneducated you guys are about things because you know who the Klan are, right? So why would they even want to associate with us in that manner? Actually, here's the thing. The Klan would even go to ICE because there's Mexicans there and blacks. The Klan don't go wherever minorities are at. If you had any knowledge, you would know that. You would realize how dumb that sounds. And then also, it's like, really? So if they're working with ICE and they're minority, now they're a house nigger. Now now they're working with the KKK. You see how extreme you guys sound, and you have no proof. But WikiLeaks, WikiLeaks, no proof, no nothing, just fake WikiLeaks docs that you guys are taking at face value.
What's wrong with you people?
Why are you calling a woman a man? I mean, what kind of a guy does that?
Fucking house nigga, bitch.
Hey, I like you.
Like we should rip people apart from their families.
Are you a
We might call her a man again. Like, what type of man calls what type of man calls a woman a man? I mean, shoot, a confused one. I'm confused. What can I say? Weren't y'all confused too when y'all looked at her? Because I know I was. I didn't know if that was a woman or a man.
That's what's happening now. The controversy has erupted where if someone is, they're going to be apprehended and they run behind a closed door and lock the door. I mean, what is ICE supposed to do? What is Immigration and Customs Enforcement supposed to do at that point? Oh, gee whiz, they locked the door. I mean, I guess we'll just go on to our. I mean, so there's some logic and reason that is to be applied here. Some have complained that the force has been excessive or what have you. I don't know. We're going to figure that out. It's part of the discussion over the next couple of weeks. I tell you what the Democrats want to do and what we cannot do and that is they want to add an entirely new layer of warrant requirement. Okay, they want to have a judicial warrant on top of the immigration judge warrant. And we can't do that. Just think of it logically. Okay, you've got maybe 20 million illegals who came across the border just in the last 4 years when the Biden-Harris administration opened the border wide. Okay, imagine if we had to go through the process of getting a judicial warrant, an additional warrant to go and apprehend people who we know are here illegally. How much time would that take? We don't have enough judges. We don't have enough time. It would take decades probably to do that.
Yeah.
The people who are
That's why we have something called expedited removal. I mean, if you've been here for what, less than 2 years, you are now eligible for expedited removal. You get no court date, you get no lawyer, but you do get sent back home to where you came from. And for some reason, the Dems are over here trying to, well, stop that, or try to make us put them all through court cases, but not all of them are eligible to go through the immigration court. Not all of them are eligible to go out there and get a court date with a lawyer. Actually, some of them are eligible for expedited removal. And that's what the Dems are trying to stop because, well, there's really nothing they can do to fight it. And they want to say there's no due process, but expedited removal is their due process, like it or not.
For that, don't want any immigration enforcement. They do not want anybody to be sent out of the country here illegally. And that is blatantly what their cause is. So we've got to apply reason. We do have to apply the Constitution. We have to respect it. And those parameters need to be determined. But I can tell you that we are never going to go along with adding an entirely new layer of judicial warrants because it is unimplementable. It cannot be done, and it should not be done, and it's not necessary. Yes. Yes, ma'am. Hey.
Thank you. Good morning. In 2023, I remember this. You chaired a hearing after the FBI had that raid on Mark Hub, the pro-life author.
Yep.
And that was something that I think to this day Republicans say was a problem in the use of force by this government.
Yeah.
My question now is, we see, obviously, we understand ICE's legitimate purpose, but we've seen guns drawn on Americans who have not necessarily protesters. We've seen people pulled out of their houses, to your point about the warrants. Do you think ICE needs to change, and CBP, any of their tactics, given what your concerns about civil liberties from the past?
I have great faith and trust in the leadership of Homeland Security and Tom Homan in particular, who's now in charge in Minnesota. He brings 40 years experience to this. He's very measured. We all believe that immigration policy ought to be balanced and strategic and smart. And it obviously needs to comply with the law. And I'm going to leave it to the experts to determine what that is. I think in the negotiation, I think we've got to remove the politics. We've got to look at what the Constitution says, what federal immigration law says. And if anybody wants to adjust immigration law, then that's why we're here in the legislative branch. But we need it. We need that approach. We need the temperature turned down. That's the president's words. And you need a steady hand at the wheel. I think Tom Homan is a great guy to do that.
Yeah, stop calling ICE Gestapo. Stop saying that, oh, they're all KKK members and Proud Boys, because that's not true. I mean, yeah, that's all you got to do is turn down the temperature and stop lying about ICE. That's all y'all got to do.
Yes, sir.
Maybe tell the truth a little bit.
I just want to circle back on the judicial warrant situation. Can you just explain to me why we're talking about adding additional requirements? Adding a judicial warrant is adding an additional requirement to this process. I mean, immigration advocacy groups for years have said, don't open the door for immigration agents without a signed warrant from a judge. ICE's own field manual says entering a home without a warrant is typically a violation of the Fourth Amendment. How is this raising requirement? Isn't this the MO for how things normally work?
No, I mean, look, the question is to the Democrats who are ringing the bells and saying that they're trying to make this one of their demands in this negotiation. That's what I'm told. Some of them have. And I'm saying that is a road that we cannot and should not go down. And to your point, ICE, for many years, obviously, has had in the manuals that you follow the Fourth Amendment restrictions and you do this in a meaningful and thoughtful way. But we have an unprecedented level of opposition and pushback. When you have local and state officials informing their citizens that they should impede the immigration, customs, and enforcement operations, it creates a dangerous situation, and that's what's led to all this chaos. If the governors and the mayors in the blue cities and states would participate with federal law enforcement, we wouldn't even be having these conversations. I mean, you would have a much smoother process, I think. So look, we're going to have all these discussions over the next couple of weeks. We will figure out a path through this, but we have to enforce our immigration law. The American people made that the #1 issue in the last election. The wide open border and the chaos that ensued because of it was the #1 issue. The president got to work. We used the existing law that was on the books, as we always said, as I said, for 4 years under the Biden administration could have happened, and we closed the border tight. In just a couple of months, we've had almost zero illegals released into the country since President Trump took over. Strong leadership. And the next commitment was, as we said to the American people, we will get the dangerous criminal illegals out of the country. And that's what they've been doing. And for anybody to impede that, they are impeding the will of the American people. They are creating a more dangerous situation on our streets, and it has to stop. So stay tuned for the rest of this. We'll get into the details of it. I'm just telling you that adding a whole new layer of judicial warrant requirements is an unworkable proposal. And I think the people who are making that suggestion understand that. I don't think they want anyone to be apprehended and sent out of the country. So we have to see how it goes. Yeah, thank you.
Is there a question about elections?
I don't know about that. All right, though. Let's go ahead and get over to the next video here.